Welcome to Private Drivers Incorporated. My name is Jeff, and I'm the one who created this platform. I'm going to go ahead and select that I am a driving service. I'm available for hire. All right, so Private Drivers Inc. I dreamed up this idea several years ago when I was an owner-operator with just one car. I grew up to maybe 5 cars at my biggest in Fort Worth. And I had, half a dozen people that I really trusted in the industry to work with me outside of my company, my close affiliates. And I never really went beyond that because there was so much issues with trust. And I thought, I really want to be able to farm out across state lines. I want to be able to set up rides for my customers at other airports around the country. But the only way to really do that is to take a huge risk that the other guy is going to be honest, because I won't ever have a chance to meet him face to face the way that I met all my close friends in parking lots at football games and whatnot. And I thought if I could only see people, if I could only really meet them and really get rapport with them and find like-minded people in a way that, looking on GNet or looking on a Facebook group just can't do, then maybe I could actually build something and have the same kinds of relationships abroad as I have locally with my 5 or 6 people that I really trust. And so that was the idea behind Private Drivers Incorporated. And so basically it's a platform kind of like GNet, kind of like other things, but it goes a lot more in depth, and it helps you to really search beyond what other platforms can do. So this is completely free right now. And I'm going to select the free option, free search and save. And then I'm going to go out. I'm going to show you how this works. Starting at the top, we're going to add a video. If you want to grab a selfie stick, walk around your car, introduce yourself, and put that on YouTube, just put that link right here. And then other drivers who search for you can actually see you, experience you, hear how you talk about your business, and hopefully be able to really see what kind of trustworthy person you are and how you'd be a good person to work with. Add your picture and a picture of your car as well, all your contact information, where you're located, your metro area and state, which airports you serve. Add a pin on the map, put whatever address you want for your pin to be located. And then we're going to go to admin class. And this is where I want to stop and slow down a little bit. The admin class, there's 6 different admin classes. You can be a farm out driver, an owner operator, which are both independent operators, or you can be a W-2 driver, reservation dispatcher, affiliate manager, or an owner non-operator. And these are all corporate level stuff. So if you're a larger limo company and you're an affiliate manager, you can create an account on here and use it to search for other limo drivers like independent operators to add to your network. And if you're an IO, you can use this to network with other people like yourself as well. So I'm going to close that. Driver class, we have 6 driver classes as well. Limousine licensed is for people that have limousine license and insurance. Taxis, obviously, for taxi drivers. The next 4 are for rideshare drivers. And so you might be a rideshare driver with a luxury car and a commercial insurance policy, but you don't have limousine license or taxi license. Or you could be driving an economy car with just a personal insurance policy. Now, this isn't so that you can network with each other and do illegal business off the platform. Obviously, do that at your discretion, however you do it now. I don't care. But the reason I put all 6 categories here together is so that people in each category could network with each other, even if it's just on a friend level. But more importantly, I put this here because a lot of times customers use more than one category. An Uber passenger might get in a car and start having a conversation with their friend about the party bus they're going to hire tomorrow. And that Uber driver could be like, hey, you know what? I've got this thing called Private Drivers Inc. Let me just find you a party bus right now. And he goes into the search engine, finds one locally, and now he's got a phone number, your phone number, because you have a party bus, and someone's being sent right to you just as a referral. And you didn't have to pay for an ad. You didn't have to, be ranked number 1 on Google to get that, because it just came from within the industry. So it's really good for all of us to be together, even if we're not doing the same thing, because the search engine actually lets you filter out anyone who you don't want to find. So limousine drivers can always find other limousine drivers without worrying about overlapping with anyone else. Select the types of vehicles that you have in your fleet. Next, just your fleet, not any network. Select how much commercial insurance you have, and if it's a personal policy, just leave it blank. Add your Accord insurance, commercial insurance cover page, and then pin protect it with a pin code so that only people who you want to see it can see it. And then put in how you dress, how much advance notice you need to take a farm in. This is a very helpful feature. Write a little bio about yourself, and then you can preview your profile. After it's all done, this is what other people are going to see when they look at your profile. They're going to see you on the map. They're going to see your name and what you do, contact information that they can just one tap open up their phone apps to contact you. And this is a place where they can keep personal notes. So these notes are not visible to anyone except the user who's typing them. So I can keep notes on this person if I want to rank him as a good driver. If I want to say I never want to see this asshole again, that's fine. These are notes just for me. I can also mark them as a favorite or as not a favorite for filtering purposes. Keep them on my short list, my inner circle. Here's all the details. There's a pay link if I need to pay him for anything, or if I need to send a kickback for somebody that he referred out to me. Here's the bio that I wrote, the video that I uploaded, and here's my insurance. And if I give away my PIN code to somebody, then they can actually see my insurance policy that I've uploaded. And that's it. So now we're going to go to the search and save magnifying glass at the bottom. And here is the list. So we have the list of all the drivers in the whole world who are on this platform. And we have a map of every driver in the whole world who's on this platform. And either one of them lets you filter. So you go to the filters, you can select a favorite or a not favorite, select which driver class you want to search in, which city, which vehicle, how they dress, who they are within their company, and how much response time they need, how much advance notice they need to be able to do a job for you. So theoretically, you can come here and drop someone off at the airport, select all the information you need, select just people who can respond in so much time or less. And by the time your customer lands on the other side, someone can be waiting for them to pick them up. So this is a good way for us not just to do farm outs, but also to do referrals. I came from the bellman industry. I came from hotels and hospitality. And it wasn't always about setting up a customer and taking a credit card from the customer and paying the driver yourself. Sometimes it was about just setting it up with the driver and trusting them to give you a little kickback. So whether we choose to use this for farm outs or just for referrals, and use our Venmos to say thank you with a few dollars each time, this has a lot of potential to connect the industry. So I can see a world where Uber drivers and taxi drivers are no longer having to sit in the queue at the airport because they've got friends on the other side who are sending them a heads up when they've got a customer coming their way. And same for limo companies. And so this is a very powerful tool, or it can be, when we have tens of thousands of professionals on here all across the country. And that is Private Drivers Inc. So let me go back to the dashboard, and let's go ahead and select Booking Management plus Calendar. And you notice the new tabs that came up at the bottom. Let's start with contacts. You have two kinds of contacts. You have client contacts and driver contacts. Now this booking management is a very, very, very simplified version of whatever you would need to run your business. So if you're an owner-operator and you're currently running your business with a phone calendar and keeping your customers in your phone contacts, there's a lot of advantages to using this. I've designed this for owner-operators, for people that don't just have prearranged business, but also do a hustle on the side and also have people knock on their window at events and just hop in and take them. So this should be a business management solution for independent operators. And so what I've got here is my customer list. And when I add a new customer, it gives me name, phone, email, home address, office address, and a local grouping, a local, non-local, VIP, corporate, or affiliate. So you can actually group your contacts into different groups. And I'll show you why that's important, because here you have the filters. And if one day you decide, you know what, I've met like 200 people on Uber, I've saved their phone numbers, they've called me directly at one point or another, and I've categorized them. So now I'm going to take all the local people and I'm going to reach out to them and say, hey, I just want to make sure you have my contact information. I'm still in the business. Please call me if you need anything. And this can actually be a serious boost to your business if you just take the time to categorize your people properly, Don't let them get buried inside of your phone contacts with all your friends and family. Keep them separate, keep them good, well organized, and it makes marketing a whole lot easier. Now, when I select this person, here's their contact information. I've even got a map for them, got a place to put personal notes, and whatever I've booked for them, all of those trips are in a personal trip log. So if you want to know what trips this individual person has done, you don't have to go to your list of bookings and find them. You can just come to their contact card and find their personal trip log. Now, right next to the word David Brown, you see subcontacts, and I'm going to click on that. And this is the people that David Brown books for. So he might book for himself, he might book for his wife or his daughter. And so you just add one, you add the name, the relationship to the person, the phone, home and office, and now you've got a new subcontact. I'll show you why that's important in a minute. Let's go to drivers. Drivers are organized by state. So it's very easy to build a huge network all across the country with contacts from any market you want to see. And you can filter them by the state or by the vehicle. And there you go, right there. You found your guy from Texas who has a limo Sprinter. Just that easy. When I add a new driver, I can add his name or company name, select him as a contractor or an employee of my company, select email or phone, choose the metro area, state, airports served, vehicle categories he's part of, how he dresses, how much advance notice, and these are all going to be things that are important to helping you find the right people faster. From here, let's go to add a booking at the bottom of the page. You have two booking forms. The first one is the reservation form, which is for trips that happen in the future. Now, if you're an owner-operator, probably 90% of your trips, if not more, are going to be for today, tomorrow, or the next day. So I very handily put 3 shortcuts right here under the date time: today, tomorrow, and the next day. If you need to go farther, you can always open up the calendar, but this will save you time just to use those shortcuts. When a customer texts you, you just copy their text and paste it right here for reference, so you don't have to go back and forth and write everything down. 90% of the time, the client is going to be the passenger. You're doing a lot of personal trips, so the system is going to assume that the client is also the passenger. Let's go ahead and pick a customer. The home button is going to load his home address in. The office button will load the office address, but he doesn't have one. And the airport address will load from your dashboard, as well as these hotspots that you've also inserted into your settings. I think I might have missed settings. Let's go back and look at that. So once you select this option for booking management, down here at the bottom, there's actually your settings. It's below your public profile. This is where you add your airports and your hotspots, a trip confirmation email template, and so on. Sorry I missed that. So back on the booking form, you select your customer, the date. The time is actually a really quick grid, so it defaults to 6 a.m., but if I want to do 5 a.m., it's just one tap. I can do 5:40 p.m. just like that, and it's really fast to go through these times. It's not like those iPhone apps where it's a scrolling clock and it's really finicky. You can have this mounted to your dashboard, and it's just going to be so easy to just reach up and touch the right time. So it's really built for people that are running the business from the car, and that's really nice. So let's go David Brown. Let's go with home address to airport, and that's how easy it is. These are also just text fields, so you can type any address or location you want, but I've got the most common ones set in shortcuts so you can save a lot of time. We'll pick the vehicle that he's going to use. These are my vehicles. I've got a 6-passenger SUV. I've also got some affiliates who have other vehicles that I can choose from if I'm going to farm it out. If a client asks me for a 13-passenger limo Sprinter, there we go, just like that. But I'm going to go ahead and leave that blank. Now we're doing an hourly. So on hourlies, I'm going to choose 3 hours, and then there's the price. It multiplies my hourly rate for the vehicle times 3 hours, and it gives me the price. If I want to do a surge price, I can just add 20% like that. If I want to give a discount, I can just change the multiplier to 0.9. There's a 10% discount. And so it's very simple to manipulate how much you want to charge and how much you want to quote this person. Transfers are the same. You put in a manual price for the transfer, and based on the based on the amount, based on the vehicle and the hourly rate. You can add 20 minutes of extra time, and it's just going to add a third of an hour. Here, let's add 30 minutes of extra time. It's adding half an hour based on my hourly rate. So if I charge for a transfer and someone says, oh, I'll be half an hour late, and I'm already on site, I can just add extra time. It'll change the price. At the bottom, I'm going to submit this. We're looking at the 23rd. I'm going to submit this. It's going to go onto my bookings, and I'm going to hit this send button, and it's going to take all of this information, compile it into a text message for me to send over to my customer, and with a note, please confirm everything's correct. So this is a quick way for me to get a confirmation to him in a very informal way, but also very reassuring to the customer. Now, before I go to the bookings, let me go up to the quick entry form. And this quick entry form is not for really bookings. It's for like on-demand stuff. It's for things that have already happened in the past. It's going to default to today for the clock. You just push the person you want and say what happened. Let's say it's a reimbursement for a parking pass. You forgot to add this to the bill. Now you have to make a note that you have to charge for it. So you're going to charge $80. It was a Cowboys game, and that it's unpaid. So you got to remind yourself to collect it. And we're going to submit that too. Now let's go to bookings. Here we are, November 23rd, 6 p.m., $152. There's the reservation. We have the ability to call, text, email the client, navigate to the pickup, navigate to the drop-off, look at all the trip details, send a confirmation text or email to him again. This will actually load with your email template plus the reservation, and then just add a signature to it and send. Very easy. Trip confirmation, November 23rd with Jeff. So that goes right into the subject line. Here you can mark the payment status, unpaid, collected, or refunded. We'll just say it's unpaid for now. And under the driver, if you're not going to be doing the trip, if you got to farm it out, you can pick someone who's going to be doing it. Now this guy is going from Colleyville, so I want to pick someone in the DFW area. We'll do Alan right here. And I'm going to pay Alan $120 to do this trip. I still owe him. I haven't paid him. And now I got to send him the trip details. So I'm just going to hit SMS, and it loads everything in there. It says, I'm going to collect, thanks, here's your earnings, vehicle, pickup, drop-off, time, date, everything he would need. You don't have to go and collect this information. It's just all right here in the centralized. And now that I've assigned the trip to Alan, I'm going to go back to the trip log, and it says right here, David Brown with Alan. That's the driver. I'm also going to go to my contacts, and I'm going to hit David Brown, and that is in his trip log, November 23rd at 6 p.m., 152, unpaid. I'm also going to go to my contacts and hit drivers, and I'm going to go find Alan. And Alan has a trip under his with David Brown, November 23rd, $120, because that's what I'm paying him. David Brown is paying me $152.50. I'm paying Alan $120. I'm keeping some money for the coordination. And now it says I owe him. So I can open this up when I've paid him, and then that will mark it as paid. So this is a very easy way to keep everything together, organize your drivers, your clients, your reservations. Couple things I haven't shown you yet. Let's go back to your bookings. I did that little addition of a parking pass, and that's not going to show up on my reservations because it's not something I have to do. It's something that has already been done or is just a record. So I'm going to go to all records at the top. I'm going to look for a check mark box right here, David Brown, $80, reimbursement parking pass, and that is now collected, and I'm done. So he's paid for that, he's paid for his trip, we're all settled. I can also use the search engine, the search filter, to search for unpaid, and that will bring up only the people that have been unpaid that I need to collect from. Or I can search for collected, and it'll bring up the people that have already paid. Okay, and that's the system. One more thing I want to show you though is that if you go to the networking side, find a driver that you like, and you want to save them to your driver profile, your driver contacts rather, and you have, and you're subscribed to both sides, just hit this button that says add to my driver contacts, like that. Go back to your driver contacts, and now this guy is right there, Demo Chauffeur 682 number. And I can remove him just as easily. So that is PDI, Private Drivers Incorporated, with SimpleTech Booking. And I hope that this can get out there and help some independent operators who are currently using just a phone calendar and phone contacts to run their business. Last thing, I think I forgot one more thing. Let's go take a look at a booking. And down here, there's a button that says Add to Calendar. If you use Google Calendars and you just want to take this whole thing and post it right to it so you can benefit from the push notifications that you get, an hour notice for your next trip and whatever else, just hit that button right there and it'll add everything to your calendar. For that to work, you have to be on the $49 a month Booking Plus Calendar subscription level. If you're on this one for $32 a month without the calendar, it's the same. It's basically the same thing but without the calendar integration. So when you go here, there's no button that says add to calendar. It's not there. So if you want to run your entire business from this, and that's your calendar, you can save some money. If you want to have the integration, it's a little bit more, still very reasonable compared to what else is out there. The reason for it is just that it costs a little bit of money for the API to grab that information and push it over. Okay, well that's pretty much everything. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.